guys from Honeysuckle Farm. So today I am making elderberry syrup because we ran out and it's just the best. And so the last time I made it, I ordered from the bulk herb store, and it's just bulkherbstore.com, and I ordered half a pound. So I ordered a whole pound because I ordered 2 of these packages. And so I've made elderberry syrup twice now. This is the second time, but I'm doing a double batch because we went through the last batch so fast. And I have probably about a cup left. Each batch takes a cup of elderberry syrup, some cinnamon sticks, some ginger, some cloves, cinnamon sticks, ginger, cloves. I think that's it. And then a cup of elderberry. Oh, 4 cups of water for each batch. So I've got 8 cups of water. I'm going to show you what it looks like in just a second. You bring it to a boil, and then you turn it down to medium heat, and you let it simmer for 45 minutes until it reduces to about half. And then you can bottle it up. And then you put in honey. And you can do a half a cup to a cup of honey. And I'm going to do half a cup of honey per recipe. So since I'm doing a double batch, I'll do a cup of honey. But I really like the fruity flavor of the elderberry, and I don't want it super sweet. So that's how I'm going to do mine. Ariella will argue that point and want me to put in more honey because she likes things sweet. But I'm gonna do it with a half a cup per batch, and we'll see how that works. So let me turn this camera around and let you see what it looks like. Okay, so there's what it looks like. You can see the elderberries. It smells incredible. And so I'm just gonna let this come to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, I turn it down to medium heat and let it cook for about 45 minutes until it reduces by half. And then I'll show you what it looks like, what we do then. Let me go ahead and tell you, once it cooks down to half, you run it through a filter or a sieve of some kind to get all the berries. And there are 2 cinnamon sticks in here. There they are. There's one of them. I love using cinnamon sticks and things like this because they'll totally like open up through the process of this cooking. There are 2 in here, I promise. There's one, I can't find the other one. Anyway, let that cook to a boil, and then we'll simmer it, and then I'll show you what that looks like to run it through a sieve and bottle it up. That's when we add the honey as well. Okay, so our elderberry syrup has cooked down, and I am getting ready to, I'm going to ladle it because the pot is really hot, and I have a little bit more control over what I'm doing. There's that cinnamon stick. I just got this big ladle from the Country View Market, which is an amazing store that's in Charlotte, Tennessee. We love that place. Great stuff. I think it's a Mennonite store, but I'm not exactly sure, and I don't want to insult anybody by saying the wrong thing. I'm just pressing down on that. I cooked it down a little too much maybe, but that's okay. I kind of got busy painting my little Christmas picture. I'm painting and forgot about this sitting over here simmering. sit for a little while and all those juices. All right, I am gonna have to pick this up now. I can't finagle it one-handed either, so I'm gonna put the phone down. Let me see if I can set it up so you guys can see. All right. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. I want to get everything in there so all the juices, oops, will I can get, I'm going to try and push on it and get as much as that out. See, it's still just, so elderberry syrup is so good for you. It's good for your immunities. You can take it every day to build up your immunities, but you can also double up and take more of it when you're sick, or if you feel something, you know, if you feel like your body's fighting something. And with it being cold and flu season, I really did not want to go any longer without any in the house, and I didn't want to purchase it. I just really like making, I like being in my kitchen, first of all, but I also like knowing that I made the things that my family's using. And so that is why I am doing this. So I think I've got a lot of it. I'm gonna set this, I wish I had a press, but I don't. So I'm gonna set this in another bowl and see if anything else will come out of it. And then I'm going to let this cool a little bit longer. And then once it cools to room temperature, see if you can see my face, sorry about that. Once it cools to room temperature, you add your honey. And like I said before, this is a double batch, but even in a regular batch, you add just one batch, you add a half a cup to a cup of honey. I am going to add a half a cup just to this and see what it tastes like. And then if I need to add another cup, another half cup, I may do that, but I'm likely not going to because I like the flavor of the elderberries. I'll just have to judge it by ear because I can take it sweeter or not sweeter, but Ariella will need it. It'd be easier for her to do it sweeter. So we'll see how that works once it's cooled off. Okay, so the elderberry syrup has cooled off. I am going to take my honey, which is from our farm, which I'm super proud of. So these are our honeybees, and I'm going to add a half cup of honey. And then I'm going to taste it and see how I feel. I may end up adding another half a cup, and I may not. That's some good stuff, you guys. I read there's a trick to having your honey just slip right out of your measuring cup or measuring spoon, whatever you're using. And it's if you put a little bit of olive oil in there, but then can't do that. So now I'm just going to stir this. I'm going to stir it really well and mix that up in there. Make sure all that honey dissolves, and I'm going to give it a taste. Grab a spoon. very tart. I'm gonna add another half a cup of honey because I know my daughter. And plus, I mean, it's our honey. It's good for us, right? I'll use a different finger this time, you guys, because I want to be gross. I guess I could have washed my hands. Good thing it's just for us. Not selling it or anything, so it's all good, right? Okay, stir that up. This stuff is so dark. Let's see. Oh, that's perfect. That is yummy. Okay, I'm gonna find some jars and my funnel and we will start back up in a second. All right, so I got my funnel and I got a jar. I may need another jar, which I happen to have jars. So let's see how this works. Not sure how much this is gonna end up letting me have, so we'll see. And I just store this in my refrigerator while we are using it. All right, well, there's a pint. Let's just do this. Let me see. Oh, slow. This will stain everything. All right, so I have 2 pints and we're gonna call it a smidge. 2 pints and a smidge. Let me find some lids. All right, I've got some lids. Slap some lids on there. And like I said, these are just going in the refrigerator. I am going to write the date on these and put them in the fridge. And we will start taking our daily teaspoon of elderberry syrup. And okay. Doesn't that make you happy? It makes me so happy. So that's what I'm up to today. Oh, on top of, let me show you what else I did today. I did not do a video on this because I wanted to try it before I did a video on it, but we will. So I had some bananas that I needed to do something with, and I'm learning my food dehydrator. So I read about making fruit leather. It's not pretty. Ariella doesn't care. I don't care. Granny didn't care. She loved them. So this is just, I had 4 bananas that I just needed to do something with. So I threw them in my mixer, but I couldn't get it to mix them so that they didn't have any chunks in them. So I ended up using my immersion blender, and I just put like a teaspoon of lemon juice in there just for kicks. And I just immersion blended them so that they were really, really smooth. I spread them out on the silicone mat that goes in my dehydrator. I stuck them in there at 155 for like 4 hours, and they were perfect. It rolled right up. Everybody loved it. So I'm super excited about this. I will be doing a video on making fruit leather. It was perfect. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if this is the best way to store them. I just wrapped them up in parchment paper. And next time I'll show you guys, I'm gonna do the parchment paper on top of the mat that goes in the dehydrator and then put the fruit on it. Because then you just cut that all in one and roll it up. So those are perfect. But I'm so excited to have these. This was the first time I'd ever done it. And like I said, Ariella loved them. So I'm super excited because she loves fruit roll-ups. But I won't buy them for her because they're so packed full of junk. So here's our alternative. And on that note, I am going to say goodbye to you guys. We are so grateful that you guys follow us and watch us on our homesteading journey, and we have had so much rain here that it's just ridiculous. And just hoping that that stops soon because it's a lot of rain. Anyway, so you guys keep growing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell button down below so that you can keep track and get notifications when we post something new, and keep growing.